My name is Finn Snow, born and raised in the most northern capital of the world, the freezing cold Reykjavik, Iceland, to living in the land of promise, the blazing hot tropics of the Philippines. And after spending 2 years here, it's safe to say that I finally found my happiness after 20 plus years among the most friendly people on earth, the Filipinos. But Filipinos are not only friendly and kind, they're also lucky to be living among the most beautiful set of islands in the world. And after visiting about 100 plus islands, or maybe even 300-400 some have been telling me, because each location that I've been to has landmass of 3-4 areas or sandbars, or who knows how the count is. Now with that said, I'm here to showcase you the top 10 most beautiful spots in the Philippines. This top 10 list is going to be the complete package, meaning there won't be a single island like Sumbawan, which was my number 3rd on my last list. A single island in the middle of nowhere. All the spots are going to be a big area or section of the country, either having a lot of islands or attraction to visit. So first spoiler, Sumbawan drops out of the top 10. And without further ado, hit that subscribe button while we get into it. Here we go. At number 10 are the Gigantes Island. Previously number 2 on the list. And while they drop down all the way to 10, it doesn't mean they're the least exciting place to visit. Keep in mind there are over 7,000 islands in the Philippines, so to reach to the top 10 itself, it's an incredible achievement. The Gigantes drop down from number 2, when itself tells you how incredibly beautiful the country is. It was on these islands where I got my real first island expedition, with 0 tourists in the middle of nowhere, no electricity, phone connection, just pure nature and local life. It was on Gigantes where it truly sparked my flame to go and visit the remote islands for the past 2 years. Number 9, Camiguin. Dropped down few places, but in terms of how diverse and beautiful the island is, it really should have gone up the list at least few numbers. That once again tells us how amazing the following locations will be. Since the last top 10, I spent 5 more days on an expedition with the Department of Tourism. Shout out to those guys. On that mission, I got to see how insanely beautiful the underwater of the Philippines is. With over 50 dives done in the last 2 years, these were by far the best ones I've ever done. If you want to see spectacular corals, marine life, turtles, and huge fishes, then you have to go to Camiguin. And let's not forget the 11 volcanoes and the popular White Sand Island. Camiguin is Adventure Island, aka Come Again. Working our way up the list, we have Caramoan at number 8. Realistically, I kinda would have put Cam Sur with that, since it's quite close to each other. And also big shout out to the Cam Sur team. Before Palawan and Boracay became popular, this was the most popular tourist destinations in the country. And after spending a week there, I could easily see why. From Cam Sur, we went on a quite known place among the Filipinos called Caramoan. It's famous for hosting the popular TV show Survivor. Different countries from all over the world host their own version of the show, while the Americans did 1 or 2 seasons over there. Super cool to see all the obstacle courses and the set props, but surrounding them was the natural beauty. Coves, big black limestone razor sharp rocks and dark blue waters, stunning islands with sandbars connecting each other, lagoons and a Windows 95 wallpaper, floating restaurants of one of the biggest sandbars I've ever seen, and unforgettable camping location looking over the sea and the islands. Here we camped overnight while immersing with the local life, Filipino children playing around with us, and even these little guys, they spoke perfect English, living on these remote islands.
Overnight?
Yes, overnight!
Picture!
Uphill.
No,
You say uphill?
Uphill! No, uphill!
Uphill?
Uphill! This one down, this one.
This one, yeah.
This one. This 2, 3. Hey, photo bomber! This might have been the best day of 2018. Moving on, at number 7 is a name you probably never heard of, Taytay. This ancient Mora kingdom once the capital Palawan, but now kind of forgotten paradise. Until now. I was lucky to be one of the first to document this area, and it's kind of mind-blowing that not many people have been featured in this well-deserved spot. an important historical site for Palawan. Usually it's rare to see white powder sands on the mainland, but here you have 4 Hawaiian looking volcanic coves. The sand line in this area is absolutely massive. Venture to the nearby islands such as Black Rock, Angay, with perfectly healthy marine and coral life, a legit secret lagoon, literally secret. We were the first one ever to film it. Deep, saturated blue waters with cathedral looking curved limestone cave. And after we finished exploring, I even got to name it. I give you the Heart Lagoon because the entrance is shaped like a heart. Taytay Islands are among one of the best, and this one was my favorite. Here there were tons of turtles swimming and feeding around the island. You can easily tell if the island is virgin by swimming among these creatures. If they spot you, they will swim fast away. Unlike well-known tourist spots, they would just be calm, mind their own business, while you could swim next to them. But here they will usually go away quickly. And there's only one place in the Philippines that I've seen more turtles than here, and we'll get to that later. Let's not forget the biggest charm of the Philippines, the local island kids. They always warm my heart, and on this trip they took it to the next level, sinking their own boat. Halfway through the list, we're at number 6. Cebu North. Here's the reason why I say Cebu North. Like previously, there are a group of islands close to each other, and they are very easily accessible by boat. In this group, I have 3, and perhaps 4 if you want to go really super local. Malapascua, with the only place in the world where you can see in the morning the famous thresher shark. A must for the divers. The beautiful Bantayan Island with the widest and most powdery sands of Cebu, a perfect relaxing paradise surrounded by palm trees. And from Malapascua, head over to Kalankaman Island, a must visit if you're in this area. One of the most picturesque sandbar in the Philippines. Super long sandbar, surrounded by the classic deep blue and crystal clear waters, a spectacular island from above. I would highly recommend going on a day trip here. And if you want to go super local with no tourists, then head over to the island of Carnasa. It might be a little bit tricky to get to this one, but if you have the time, it can be well worth it. Here you'll experience the real island life of the local Filipinos. If you come from the Western world and you spend a day or 2 here with the locals, it might change you forever. Just like the Gigantes did for me. Number 5, from the north of Cebu, we'll be going to south of Cebu. I will call this the waterfall capital of the Philippines. Not because there are so many of them, but there are so many insanely beautiful ones. Here you'll find the bluest waterfalls, aka the Gatorade Factory. Yes, that's the real color of the water. From the tall ones to murky blue, drizzly and just pure epic ones. Also staying in the town of Mobile, you'll experience the laid-back island vibes with the unique sardine runs next door. If you like waterfalls, then this is the place. At number 4, the popular El Nido. Now I've been here 4 times already, and each time I visit, I'm able to see something new. It's true that El Nido is blown out as of this point, and I hope there will be some changes in the near future. One change has already been made, and that is, you can't do the overnight camping trips anymore, which I was lucky to experience about a year ago. On the other hand, you can escape some of the crowded spot, which I speak about in my upcoming travel guide. My last visit, I honestly couldn't believe I was missing some of the spots like this island. How beautiful is that? Only 30 minutes away from the town, one of the most picturesque, Instagrammable, trendy, lost in paradise, Jurassic Park, whatever you want to call it. And yes, if you visit El Nido, you gotta go to the lagoons. They are one of the gems of the country. Despite being crowded, you gotta go there. Number 3. This one might come as a huge surprise due to the popularity of the island. I give you the bronze to Siargao. Dropping down from the first place, and here's why. It's not that something bad happened the last 1 year, it's just that the places I recently visited, I value better. And if anything, Siargao is even better from my previous visits. The island is much more than just surfing and awesome island vibes and nightlife. I'm talking about the quiet northern part of the island, miles and miles of surfing area, looking over the mighty Pacific Ocean, to the furthest point south and explore the breathtaking Sohoton Natural Reserve site. A absolutely must visit spot. In the end, Siargao is a place I enjoyed the most and I tell everyone to go visit, but in the next ones, the first and the second spot are the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. And that's where we get to number 2. I give you Balabac. The last frontier of the Philippines, a secluded and raw paradise at the furthest south tip of Palawan. This is where you find the most virgin islands in the world. They are so untouched and far from civilization that you'll see driftwood laying on the beaches, palm trees broken down into the shoreline, something you don't see anywhere in the mainland of the Philippines. But I tell you, there's no joke getting to this set of 25 islands. And I'm not gonna recommend anyone to go there if you only have a few days of travels in the Philippines. You might actually need 5 or 6 days just to get in and get out of the islands. Hours and hours of land, air, sea, travel, and even army checkpoints. Bear in mind, this set of islands was only open for the foreigners in June 2016. And I was literally the third one to visit the islands according to the logbooks from some of the islands. Now with the extreme travel time getting to the islands, you will be rewarded with the most beautiful set of islands. A truly unique one. And by saying that I mean the most powder white, pink and even red sands. So soft. When you pick up the sand, it almost floats in the air like dust. And each island is surrounded by the bluest aqua milky waters I've ever seen. Some islands are full of starfishes and other like this one, turtles everywhere. And this is the only overnight island that I'm aware of, raw and alone middle of nowhere, surrounded by the Maldives looking ocean and the finest sands. If you ever have the time and adventure spirit, visit Balabac. And now for the final spot, the gold goes to Coron, Palawan. Jumping all the way from 9 to first spot, the main reason it wasn't number 1 at the last one is because I really didn't know how to travel Philippines, and I wish I had known about some of the expeditions around Palawan. That's how you truly get to experience the beauty of the northern part of that area. And there are 2 reasons why I think Coron overall is more beautiful than Balabac. Is that Coron has epic towering limestone cliffs and lagoons. The lakes have been named the clearest lakes in the Philippines. Here you can sleep on the remote island, surrounded by palm trees, the white sand and crystal clear ocean. Swim out to one of the best coral reefs in the country, all types of colors and bunch of fishes. See Japanese World War II shipwrecks. Now there are over 700 islands in the northern part of Palawan. Among them is the Coron area, and few of them really stand out, such as Pass Island and the Black Island. There you have it, my top 10 places to visit in 2019 in the Philippines. Now getting around the country can be challenging at times, and to maximize your travel experience and avoid wasting time getting from A to B or knowing important information such as health issues and how you can prevent them from happening, like has happened to me, some serious stuff, and also travel visa, etc., how to travel to the Philippines, click the link in the description or go to finsnow.com. It's gonna be a guide like no other. I'm gonna reveal all the secret spots and locations, how to get to them, and once again, maximize your travel time. Getting to the places, contacts, and more importantly, it's gonna be divided into 1 week to 4 week guide. My recommendation where you should travel depending on your time frame. I'm Finn Snow, and I'll be traveling around some of the most extraordinary remote islands in the Philippines. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you somewhere among the 7+ islands in the Philippines. Peace out!